I was told that my last video made it sound like I'm trying to argue against logic. And that's totally not where I'm going with this. Where I'm going with this is how people they'll show what ideologies they have. And then, instead of actually arguing it the way that they actually look at it, they will link to scholarly articles or academic journals that describe, the theory they supposedly have. But then when you read those academic journals, it doesn't represent what they're pushing forth. An example of this would be when there are some of the feminists out there who will shame straight men for showing any sort of attraction to women at all. And they'll give academic journals on the feminist theory of sexual objectification and say, see, we're not shaming, see, read this. It's like, stuff like that. There will be religious people who will shove forth a certain kind of mindset, a certain kind of ideology, and you try to pin them on it, and they'll say, well, look at this. These are studies on the Bible, and these are biblical scholars, and you need to look at these scholarly articles about the Bible. And it's like, that doesn't describe what you were saying. That's not the philosophy that you're pushing forth. But they'll claim that it is. It's like they sometimes don't understand what it is they're pushing forth. And they'll attach some sort of scholarly whatever to what they're saying to try to give their views more oomph to them. But they don't really apply very much. We'll go back into feminism again. There are people that will say, well, feminism is really just all it is. The only thing that it is wanting equal rights for women. It's like, no. Everyone knows that that is not what feminism is right now. But look at these scholarly articles. See, it's proof that that's what it means. No, it isn't. Those articles don't prove shit. Those articles prove what feminism is supposed to be about. There are scholarly articles about the Bible that tries to prove what it's supposed to be about. There are scholarly articles that try to prove what a lot of things are supposed to be about. But in actuality, when you look at the way that people shove these concepts forth, it has nothing to do with those scholarly articles. The scholarly articles are wishful thinking. When it comes to the way that people are using them, it's not to say that those scholarly articles have no value, because they do have a lot of value when applied the right way. Like the Hitler example I used before. If someone was trying to say, Hitler is a terrible person, but there were some good things that he did, and look at this. Versus someone saying, Hitler was a great person, he was just misunderstood, and then they give those articles as the reason. Do you see my point? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I thought I'd clarify it a little bit better.